Hello everyone! So it's time for the monthly favorites video. And I know I didn't do one of these in December. It was just too crazy with the holidays and I just didn't have that much. Not that I didn't like stuff in December, it's just with all of the craziness in buying presents and family time. It's just I didn't really feel like I needed to do one. And I know a lot of people don't actually do a December's favorites. I decided to just kind of squish everything into January. And as you can probably tell, I have been incredibly sick, which is why this is being done several days into February. Um, it's been a very rough start to my 2014, but it can only get better from here, right? All right, so we're just going to jump right into it and get going with some of my favorite products from the end of 2013 and the beginning of 2014. So the very first thing, and I did mention this when I did my little after Christmas haul, I guess, is the Bare Minerals uh, Ready foundation that they didn't have my normal powder foundation, so I thought I give this a try, and I've really been liking it. The best thing about it is that it's not as messy as the other one. Um, but yeah, it's been staying pretty well. Same as I have really oily skin, so I always have to touch up anything partway through the day. But I've really been liking it. I like the finish that you get. It's been lasting pretty well. I mean, I'm not hitting pan yet. It's got a little tiny dent in it. It's been holding up pretty well, and I quite like it. I love the mirror that's in it, and yeah, so that was one of the things I've been enjoying. The other thing is kind of random. My sister in my stocking, I think it was my sister, pretty sure it was my sister, got me this little chapstick that's the candy cane. So it was a limited edition for the holidays, so it's not going to be around much longer if you can even find it anymore at all. But it's just the normal chapstick, but it's got peppermint oil in it, which I love peppermint oil, and it makes your lips feel nice and cool, which, I love my peppermint. I've got my twisted peppermint love that I've expressed many times. So that's just one of those little random things that I really loved. Another thing that I have been enjoying over the holidays, and with it being just so cold here in Minnesota, I figured might as well go with it. I've been doing a lot of silver nails and silver eyes. Of course, I'm not wearing either of those right now. With being sick, I kind of bit off all my nails. I'm trying so hard to not bite my nails, but I just fail. Um, but what I've been doing for the nails is I've just been using this as a base coat. It's the Sinful Colors Professional in Out of This World. And this color on its own is not that great. It comes out very sheer when you try and just put it on, even with several coats. There's not much to it, but it's a very nice base for the Essie colors. It's the Lux Effects in Set in Stones, and it's this really pretty, big, chunky, and there's both little tiny glitters and big chunky glitters. It's just silver, and I love silver. So these two together kind of make disco ball fingernails. And then I would pair that with, this is the e.l.f. Long Lasting Lustrous Eyeshadow in Celebration. I don't know how well you can see these. And I'm kind of torn about how I feel about this product, because it kind of has that mousse consistency, and it is kind of hard to work with, but it is really pretty when it's just as a color itself. Can barely see that. I know the lighting's horrible in here. But just kind of that really nice sheer look, and it does kind of make a nice base. So I've been putting that kind of all over my eyelid, and then putting from the e.l.f. Prism eyeshadow palette this gray, silver gray, right there, in the crease, and kind of just giving it some definition, and it kind of set it a little bit. So that was kind of my sparkly eyes in silver. I just going with the cold. The other thing that I was enjoying, of course, is candles with my Bath and Body Works finish. So I've got two that I love over the winter, and that is the Marshmallow Fireside, which we've been burning this one. It smells so good. It's sweet, but not too sweet, because it's got that fire armpit smell underneath it. And then there's winter, which smells like Russian tea, and I love it so much. So those two candles definitely my favorite for the winter. Then my next thing that I've really been enjoying was something I got for Christmas, and it's these little exfoliating gloves. Instead of using a puff in the shower, I've been using these, just putting them on and putting some of my shower gel in the palm of my hand and rubbing my hands together. And it kind of is like using a really gentle body scrub every single time you take a shower. They're really, really nice. And they're relatively inexpensive. You can get them in Target. I really like them. So yeah, those have been amazing. And the other thing, and I hesitated to put this in because I'm still testing it out and I'm actually writing a blog post about it with some of the questions I have with using it and issues and things that I've also liked about it. But I've liked it enough that I'm going to put it in there. And it's, everybody talks about it, especially recently. And it's just good old-fashioned coconut oil. I got the stuff from Trader Joe's. It's really inexpensive. I originally bought it to make these healthy brownies, I guess, that did not turn out very well. But I read that a lot of people use it for like a body lotion. And so I've been using that instead of my normal chemical-laced Bath & Body Works products. And for the most part, I've really been liking it. I love the scent. I think it feels really nice. It takes a little bit to soak in, but I'm still working on it. I think it's just because it's been just so freaking cold, and I cannot stress that enough. -20, not normal for human beings to be around. It's not been doing the job on my legs, but I think it's just the bitter cold of this winter. But I just, so far, I've been really, really loving coconut oil. So if anybody has any tips or tricks or what your uses for coconut oil is, I'd love to hear them. Once I do have that blog post posted or published, I will put that link below. And the last product that I have is something I actually just discovered in the past week or so, and it's pretty freaking phenomenal. And it's the True Magic from CoverGirl. It's the Skin Perfector is the one that I have. And downside, I hate the packaging. I think it's so bulky. It's just ridiculous how big this is because you don't need this big gigantic cover because it's just this little tiny sheet, but it's this clear gel kind of, and you put it on wherever you have any oily patches and it just soaks up the oil. It is so similar to that All Right Skin Mattifier Gel that I used to use. I wrote a blog post about like my favorite products that have been discontinued, and that was one of them. And I could not find a product that matched how good it was, and I think I found it. This stuff is amazing. It's only $6.99, which is like half the price of the skin mattifying gel that I was using before. So yeah, I've only been using it for like a week, but I'm already completely and utterly in love. So this is definitely worth checking out if you have oily skin like me. And the last one that I'm going to mention, and if my fiance can hear me, which he might, he will probably laugh. So with being sick this past week, there's been a lot of Netflix. And I know this is an old TV show, but my fiance and I thought it was kind of fun, and we've been binging on it, even though there's not very many episodes. And it's the TV show My Cat from Hell. It's a cat behaviorist who goes and works with cats that are having problems, that are vicious, that are overly sensitive, that hide in their litter boxes, and trying to figure out what's going on and trying to just not fix them is the wrong term, but trying to bring out their true nature and help their owners and kind of retraining their owners too. And it's just kind of neat because we don't have cats that misbehave at all, but Mina's still very young and so is Pearl, and Pearl is very shy. So trying to like listen when he goes in and diagnoses an issue with a cat that maybe is something very similar to what we're going through with one of our cats, it's like, well, maybe we could try that trick with Pearl to get her to be more sociable, or maybe we can try this with Mina to get her to calm the heck down. It's just kind of neat. And if you're a cat person, it's kind of fun to check out. It's on Netflix. There's only like 3 seasons. The first season only has like 3 episodes. I don't know, I'm a huge cat person, so that's ridiculous, but there you go. There is my favorites for December/January. I hope that your 2014 started out a little bit better than mine and that you didn't get the flu, because that sucked. Anyway, I hope that everyone is doing well, and I will talk to you later. Bye.